Another night, another Bravo stream for the CCL. Ladies and gentlemen, it's myself, Seymour, and Proper, bringing you through the starting entry of this Bravo stream, and none other than Madison Esports versus SIUE Black to start us off. And these are going to be fantastic matches to see because following them, Illini Blue versus Concordia matchup that you don't want to miss. To top it off, to finish this day off, we do have New Mexico State versus Cal State Gold. Three matches all day that you do not want to miss out. But Proper, let's hop in with our first one. Madison Esports versus SIUE Black.
Yeah, it's like you said, the first two matchups of the day. I mean, they're going to be starting in the North Central region in the B division, nevertheless, too. And we get the grand pleasure to be able to start between two teams that, well, I mean, they're pretty darn even. The only thing that separates these two is going to be their map differential count, and we'll be able to break that down furthermore as the series does progress. But I mean, you're mostly looking at two teams that are really battling for that fifth position ahead of split number one. I think this SIUE Black, the Cougars, if you will, Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, I think that they really have a good shot. I mean, they are not the same team to their sister team, number 14, SIUE Red. And they've already played Illini Blue and CUW. Those are the two top dogs within this division as well. And they're already sitting here at 2-4. So ahead of the rest of the schedule, I can see how Burt, Rybo, DMAC, I can see how this entire group of individuals might be able to make way into getting ahead of the rest of the pack and be able to finish strong during the first split.
Oh, 100%. And even Madison Esports on the opposite end, you don't want to count them out either because they're a team that you look at their stats, you look at that 2-4 count, and I mean, they haven't played Illini Blue, but they have played CUW, so you can kind of balance them out on both sides. You can kind of see where each team lies going up against each other with that main matchup. And even when you look at it, a lot of the time the numbers don't really tell the tale that 2-4 because you look at Madison Esports, especially their hard points and their control. I mean, their control is their best win percentage across all their game modes, and their hard point. I mean, they are literally just knocking on the door with taking some of these maps against really big teams as well. So I'm really looking at Madison Esports to kind of lock down on their respawns against SIUE Black and kind of just bring their all. Because yeah, SIUE Black's going to be a tough team to go up against, and we know this because they have kind of taken map 5 against CUW and Illini Blue, but even Madison Esports, just a few games goes their way, and they could definitely take it to the seam.
Yeah, absolutely can. I mean, like you said, I mean, both of these teams have already faced CUW Esports. That's Concordia University, Wisconsin. You get to see that team play in the second match of the evening versus the other top dog and number 23 Illini Blue during the second series. But that's why we keep on emphasizing both these teams facing those two teams. Obviously, for the Cougars, SIUE Black, they've already faced both of those teams were Madison Esports. They still have to face Illini Blue. I believe that is next week for them. But even still, they still have some impressive numbers, and you already hit up how their control is their best win percentage at 0.6%. And then you also have their hard point at 55.5% win percentage. But their search and destroy is a little lackluster. It's a little bit more consistent, I guess you could say, across the board for Southern Illinois, given that they have a 30% win percentage in hardpoint. Not their strongest search and destroy. They have a 75% win percentage. And some of those wins against some of the stronger teams within this region, DePaul, Concordia, Illini Blue as well, they were relatively close. And even within the map set that we have just above our heads right now, Seymour, it could also benefit them at the same point in time because we are starting off on Checkmate. And we're going to be moving over towards Moscow Search and Destroy. So you're going to try to keep it competitive as you best possibly can for this SIUE Black roster, be able to showcase what you might have been able to learn from your sister team. Again, that is placed number 14 within our power rankings. We missed that Twitter post yesterday, but even still, I think that you're mostly going to be looking at the search and destroys. Try to scrape by with maybe winning a hard point, but it's probably going to come through when you're looking for SIUE Black to be able to win one of these respawns. It's going to have to come through from their control. They have a 50% win percentage, but like you already mentioned, this Madison Esports roster, their best win percentage so far is on control, but I just don't see it happening on hardpoint here, friend.
I have to really say that it's important for this checkmate hardpoint to have a strong start for Madison Esports because they're 3-0 on a checkmate hardpoint, but Moscow Search and Destroy, they've never touched it. So this is going to be so crucial for their start. Madison Esports, you want them to start off hot here because, yeah, I mean, their hardpoint might not look the best, but I mean, their Search and Destroy, literally, you don't know what to tell for that Moscow map coming up. But here we have it. Checkmate is loading up. We're going to be flying right on to this arsenal of a map. Checkmate, which has grown through my heart. Madison Esports versus SIUE. You say SIUE has the leg up. Well, first point, this toss-up, this chaotic first hard point is going to tell the tale for the start. You're looking at 0.2 spawns to hold.
And starting off on the P2 side, that will be Madison Esports. But, I mean, still in the thick of things, it will be CH. They will be snuffed out. I mean, so far, I mean, for the Cougars, SIUE Black, they're wanting to be able to keep P1 contested. They want to try to hit through it, keep in mind you, because like we talked about there, Seymour, you want to try to get inside P2, holding those close spawns. And that area within itself, a lot of teams have been able to get 40, 50, sometimes full 60s all the way up to the pro level. So that's why you're going to see SIUE Black continuously attack this. There's only 5 getting inside of P1. They've been unsuccessful to break these spawns for Madison Esports. But as long as Mr. Rogers' shoes, where they're currently spawning at, SIUE Black, they have a chance to break.
Well, CH and Rybo both bringing in, taking the spawns over for point number 2. You had that split from Elites, but he does drop on the front line. But luckily, the rest of SIUE clears the back, gets the spawns for SIUE, and they take over point 2. You see a nice little clear at the start from Yellow, from Rybo, a 2-piece, and he's just going to drop his trophy, set up camp, and look to lock this down. SIUE has best case scenario right now because of the amount of time they soaked up off P1. Let's see what Rybo can do here. He's going to swing wide through Yellow, cleaned up from the crossfire. Bird's out of play, and Madison Esports looking to break from the front. Elites here. Cleans
Cougars
it
still
right
have the
back.
close spawn. I mean, like, you're going to be able to break in through the front for sure, but I mean, the close spawns are really hard to break in through. And what you're realizing here, Seymour, and everybody else watching at home is the Cougars, SIUE Black, the way that they've been able to manipulate P1, Madison Esports thought that they were going to be able to answer on back with that 20, 30 seconds they got off of P1. It's not the case. They broke their spawns within the first 5 seconds of P2, and now they have themselves all of the map terrain, all of the positional advantage in the world. Initial time on P3 with a 70-point lead.
And this mid-map, this plane control is so crucial for moving throughout the rest of these from point 3, 4, and 5. And Miss SIUE with these SMGs just raining terror. I mean, you see Rybo here cleaned up, leaving it Elites on there. 3 go down for Madison in the kill feed. You got 100 now for SIUE in the blank, and still 24 to gather on this third hard point. You have to look at the next hard points though proper, because 0.5 spawns are in favor of Madison Esports, and you look at point 2, they lost it so fast. It's going to be a crucial hard point for them to lock down.
Look at the Cougars though. Again, they're recognizing that they just lost convincingly within the kill feed. They need to regroup themselves and then hit the next point of interest, and that will be P4. Last player standing will be Rybo, and well, the reinforcements are not too far now, ain't they? And so SIUE Black, they're going to be able to reinforce themselves. And like you were talking about, you want to break inside the west side of the map entirely for P5. Again, a lot of time can be built between these 2 hills. But every single time the Madison Esports has had a setup, Cougars, Southern Illinois, they just break them convincingly. And even look from top to bottom, there's no real big stark differences apart from Rybo being 12 and 6. Comparatively to the KD ratios of Madison Esports. It's just the way that SIUE are currently playing, Seymour, that they're zoning away Madison Esports, and they're finding very good timely breaks.
It's also almost like the SMGs here for SIUE giving me like Illy and Hook vibes, the way that they're locking it down. You know, they're just really spreading themselves thin and winning their individual gunfights. Now, you look where initially Madison had those 0.5 spawns. SIUE just do what they've been doing all game. They take it back. They're going to have the initial time, and Puck is the closest player for Madison Esports to even find a kill here, and he is yet to even touch points. So now the next hard point's going to be up. Spawns are confirmed for SIUE. 3 go down for Madison, and they have to battle their way back all the way from point 2 just to get back here.
Yeah, and this is just such a far-out respawn. You got Elites back here, 13 and 7. They're on a 3 spree, just finessing through the plane. And he's just a player for Madison Esports they got to be aware of, but that's just more time for CH to get set up with an XM4. Elites absolutely wins that gunfight against Key that they probably shouldn't have, and the first 30 seconds is all clean for SIUE Black, and through the first set of hills, you're going to be looking at about 160-point difference in between the 2 teams. SIUE Black soak up the last bit of P5, and Madison Esports, again, every single time that they have the setup, they never hold on to it for too long. SIUE Black, they maybe have lost 2 gunfights convincingly, again, from top to bottom. Through the beginning of the first set, there weren't that big of differences in disparity for the kills, but at the end of the first set, I mean, look, 14 and 9, both for CH and Elites. Rybo is now at 17 and 9. You talked about the SMG presence coming on through. Every single member, minus Bert, SIUE Black, are just firing off on all cylinders.
I was looking for that new set, new team feel for Madison, but they get wiped right off there. They are going to linger. Mr. Rogers holding onto the point from the plane window is going to be locking down 1 and 2 as Burt is found with those sights. Now, point control, Madison early. Rybo is going to win one through the wall, wins the second one as well. Key, what can you do here? You have to contest this. Maybe even find a few kills. Bring this for Madison. They cannot give up too much time for point one like they did early. Key's actually going to win the gunfight on Elites. And Mr. Rogers holding down point number 2. Spawn just got 22 seconds here. And Madison, they're looking so good right now on point 1.
Yeah, but SIUE Black, again, this is leader's advantage. You're still up by a solid 140 points right now. And you can keep this P1 contested. It's Madison Esports that want the points. Yes, they're holding on to P2, but it's just one good break that the Cougars need to get inside this hill and make Madison Esports truly start reeling for the rotations. But P2 has come through, and the initial time will be there for Madison Esports. But the wave for SIUE Black, they're moving across the entirety of the map. Player number 1 and Burt, wise enough, waits for the reinforcements to come on through, and SIUE Black, they're starting to find the kills.
Mr. Rogers, you gotta spot that one. Burt sniffing it right underneath the nose, taking that kill, and Rybo to clear those spawns once again. SIUE very successful in the back line of Madison. 30 points to gain right now on point 2. The nades come through. Elites is gonna have to back out there, but his team right along there to help him up. 4 go down from Madison. They're battling all the way from point 5 spawns. They have a trek just to make it back. Honestly, you have to give up point 2 at this point. You got to look for point 3 here. And Rybo, CH, Burt in the kill feed. They do not want to let you have it.
Well, I guess your cherry on top here for Madison Esports is that the map won't end here on P2. Going over towards P3, where it can remain pretty darn scrappy, but SIUE Black, even in the first set of hills, were able to get a solid 20-30 seconds off of this hill alone. And I mean, it's more than enough time to close out the game. Madison Esports, they really need to zone away SIUE Black. Good few kills do end up coming through, but it's always CH is working these flanks. Burt finds 2 with the Semtex, and now Madison Esports, they gotta have some heroic moments. They're all wiped off the map.
I mean, heroics and beyond is what you need right now. CH lingering in the back line. He's going to look for one, find it. Rybo on the opposite side gets cleaned up, but the trades are favoring SIUE Black. CH on a 5 spree. Only 14 seconds needed to take map number 1. You can win it out here on point 3. Rybo and Elites. See the nade out on site. Down to 7 for SIUE. Still slaying is the AK-74U of Rybo. Burt gonna win it out. SIUE with a brilliant map number 1 to lock down this hard point and take the advantage early.
Yeah, I mean, even in their loss versus Illini Blue, 145 and Illini Blue, I mean, that's not a team you bat any eyelashes at, but this Black roster just, they came to play on this checkmate hardpoint. I mean, they were commanding rotations. They were meeting eye for eye every single time that Madison, they had the initial setup in the first set of hills, but going in towards the second, and even at the tail end of the first, everything as far as initial setups and winning breakoffs for Madison Sports, that got thrown out the window. They were single file line, just trying to be unsuccessful in doing so. SIUE Black, they were playing so reserved in every single respawn that when they did lose a gunfight, 3-for-1 trade, sometimes being full on wiped, the teammate that was closest to the gunfight waited. Reinforcements came in as a collective unit. The pinches came through. They all just flurried in there. And that's just wonderfully for SIUE Black. They definitely took the respawn like a given that search is easily their best game mode. Hard point their weakest.
Definitely, 100%, especially when you got CH dropping a 5 spray, finding those flanks like you were talking about, and knowing that he's alive in here. I mean, CH and Burt, 2 play the highest search and destroy kill death ratios on their team, and knowing that both of them are slaying out of their minds, you're going to be feeling good for Moscow. Now, this is a map that I was saying is going to be a little bit troubling in my eyes for Madison. I mean, that checkmate hardpoint before this game, before the series, they were 3-0 there, now 3-1. Moscow Search and Destroy, totally different tale. We haven't seen this team on Moscow Search and Destroy. So you're looking at the way that they were playing. Yeah, you would have those wipes for Madison. Yeah, they were sending SIUE back to their spawns, but exactly like you were talking about, the communication is there for SIUE. Well practiced, well executed. They just pulled themselves back, and this is going to be a dangerous game for Madison. What do you want to see them pull out early?
I mean, I just want to be able to see the creativity, really, from Madison. And the same could be said about SIUE Black. For any team that I watch in Search to Destroy in this stage of the game, I'm just looking to see what they have to offer for creativity and not just be so one way and so one dimensional with your hits towards these sites. I mean, when it comes down to it for Madison, it just comes, you want to be them breaking towards the site to be able to like defense and offensive like it kind of goes back to the same things that were their biggest woes on this hard point for checkmate is that they just couldn't simply hold those P2 spawns. They couldn't hold the setup for the P5 area of the map when we were going from 3 to 4. And the same thing I want to see from them in Search and Destroy. I just want to see them play the power positions when it comes out of Moscow Search, over by the pillars when you're thinking about the AS&D site. Have your AR over by Globe if you're looking for that traditional 3-1 split when you are defending the map, and even offensive as well. Through the window once you do cross inside of Gold, find those first bloods with your ARs or your SMGs just flying on through, but it's got to be a collective team effort coming on through because in 4v4, you end up losing that one player. That's one angle that's not going to be covered. And for the SMG lineup that we saw coming up from SIUE Black, they're probably going to be able to exploit that fully. And hell, it might not even be an SMG at that point, too. So, depending on what CH is running, could be an XM4 for all I care. They're probably going to find that flank and they're going to be able to push it that much further.
Oh, what was it that Method said today for the keys of victory? Decisivity. You got to see if decisivity from the side of Madison Esports. And I mean, Mr. Rogers is a player I really want to kind of highlight in this. Your power positions you were talking about for Moscow. I mean, you saw it on Checkmate. He was the one to hold back on the spawns with that AR presence. And he's not there. If he doesn't have that power presence with that XM4, Craig, whatever you want to put him on, that's going to be hard for their defenses on this Moscow Search and Destroy. Now you're looking on that side of SIUE, the team that's very well communicative and very well like they have really strong executions. You're looking at them for these attacks for what they're on to play together, really split thin the defensive side of Madison East. Knowing them, they could very well successfully do that and sneak into the backlines without them even knowing. So I really got to put in the hands of SIUE. This is their game to lose.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, given I already talked about every single map statistic that we had at the beginning of this broadcast, Seymour. But I mean, for Madison Esports, I mean, you might just have to chalk the Search and Destroy as a whole. But you would love to have been able to win at least the hard point to be able to have such a notion going forward. Search Moscow, but you're 25% win rate for Search and Destroy. That's 2-6. It's just versus the 75% win rate that SIUE Black currently hold, and for the teamwork that has to come on through. So Madison Esports, I mean, much like how I said for SIUE, they got to be able to close out a respawn. Madison Esports now, they got to be able to win one of these search.
Already in their full execute for the side of Madison Esports as they are on attack, not SIUE. Mr. Rogers going to be fighting a pick, but not enough for the side of Madison as 3 go down. You're leaving MSR all alone with this XM4 in the backline. And he has a hefty challenge ahead of him. Elites is going to take the gunfight. MSR is going to win it out. So you got 51 seconds to make something out of nothing. A 1v2. Rybo and Birch is playing on that bomb.
1v2 technically coming off of a 1v3 here. And the bomb is just dropped in such a scary location. You got to cover through top side of escalators. Bert is covering the cross inside of the metro. Is actually going to get a free shots in the back of Rybo. So now this is absolutely doable. This is information now for Bert on MSR's whereabouts. MSR is just going to push past the planter's box. Now just use the heady for bricks. Try to cover where the rotation of where Bert might be coming from. They absolutely have no idea. Time might just end up coming the immediate consideration for this round.
And Bert on Eskies knows the bomb's still down. He just has to wait bide his time. MSR is going to take the gunfight. Bert's on the run. The gunfight. Bert wins it out. Definitely a better angle to have with that 74U. Just ducking down in. He's perfectly timed, perfectly played by Bert, knowing that that bomb didn't go down. And this opening from SIUE, yeah, at the end of it, but very strong opening to this Search and Destroy round.
Yeah, and again, I mean, that's what you get. Madison Esports just straight up ran at them. Unsuccessful, or SIUE Black did, rather, and it was unsuccessful. Madison Esports, I mean, they just tried their best to be able to hold firm to win their opening gunfights, but the setup for SIUE Black is just better. XM4 from that range as you're running into them. Should be a couple easy gunfights. Now back on the offense we go here for SIUE Black. Looking like an A offense if I've ever seen one. Might be a pinch that comes on through regardless. Bert finds first blood.
Burt once again pulling first for SIUE, traded out, so 3-on-3 right now. Puck gonna overextend through Eskies, but it's being watched, and he's gonna be dropped deletes, checking the angle, giving the advantage back to SIUE. CH in perfect position for MSR not even to realize this. And Key, interesting enough, makes it a 1-on-1. Burt's going to take the gunfight low in health. Key's going to take the loss in that one. And SIUE, they're going to go up 2-0 in the search.
On that first blood, I mean, once it immediately got traded, they knew that there was a lot of defenses set up over here as well, and just the immediate whereabouts of Key, just to know that they got to check as well. Just nice gunfights. Almost made it doable there for Madison Esports. But again, SIUE Black, the way that they're playing in tandem with one another, just playing for each other's trades, especially for Burt, they're just holding on back. They're on 4 straight. That's through the first opening rounds, and it's just the setups that SIUE Black hold over Madison Esports that just win them out the gunfights just from terrain alone. But you got to be able to break in here for Madison Esports. You got to be able to win a gunfight that you probably have no business doing, and there's first blood from Key onto Elite. And that could open up this ASD site.
A strong start now from Madison. It's what you want to see from a player like Key, who's 4-2 right now. Best player right now on Madison for this search and destroy. MSR is going to check long. Ribo's going to be there laying down prone. Evens it up. And Burt even spotting out the next. Ribo's going to swing, and nice team shots into Mr. Rogers. Gives the advantage back. CH on the flank, exactly like checkmate. Key's all alone. Wins out on his first, but 2 more just waiting. They have the crossfire. Key's going to have to back up into Gardens. What can you do in this situation? 36 seconds left. Gonna take the gunfight. Tanks up Ribo a little bit, but they know exactly where he is. They just have to wait for him to take the challenge. 2-on-1. And they're playing shoulder to shoulder. They're hunting him down, as a matter of fact. All the way in the back line. Nice check from Kia. 1-on-1 now. 18 seconds. He's gonna have to grab that bomb and honestly work this A site for the plant, but he should know Ribo's here. He's gonna get the first initial shot as well. As well, dancing in the dark. Madison's gonna lose it out, and SIUE staying flawless.
Oh, that got really scary. I was wondering if Ribo was going to continue all the way past Bulletin into P2 Square, but they stop over by pillars. They did get tagged up, so maybe wanted a little bit of regen, but they just finesse. They must have just been a solid bullet, if not a half of one there at the end. And I mean, Madison, they had a round win in front of their eyes, just couldn't not close it out. Key, through many different instances, 1v multiple situations, cannot close it out as well. And Madison Esports, I'm sorry, SIUE Black, it's not like they did anything crazy on that defense. They just posted up players prone. They got first blooded, but again, Madison Esports, they had to make a move, but they were all caught in mid-sprint, lost their lives. So now, 3 rounds in, all in the favor for SIUE Black. A little bit of a pinch forming here for Key. Turns out in their favor.
Oh, Key's just finding the right time at the right possible moments. Burt and CH, a 2v4. Best chance for Madison to take a round so far that we've seen, but CH watching the flank. Burt posted up around the pillar. He's outside Eskies, and honestly, Madison, this is what I like to see. They're not really giving anything to either of these players. They know the potential slaying power that CH and Burt has. Puck gonna start over-aggressing. Oh, if Burt catches him, you know he can shoot nukes here. But Puck rotating on back. Burt opens up with one. Key brings it back to an advantage, a 2-player advantage at that. They know bomb is down. SIUE in a tough situation.
Yeah, so CH is just going to wrap all the way around inside of Metro, of which that angle will be covered the second that they enter. So nice little stopping of the bleeding, if you will, coming out from Madison Esports, putting themselves up on the board here for the search and destroy. Just not joining us. This is after Madison Esports got a 100-point club done hard point, but Moscow Search and Destroy is started off really all SIUE Black's favor. It's not like they're doing anything too wild. Same thing for Madison Esports on the defensive setup. They were just laying prone, just waiting for the forced errors to come to them. Pays in full for a round win. 8-3 here for Key after being the last player alive through many different rounds. Finally gets the help that they need. And then the offense coming through for Madison Esports. They're actually toying with some middle of the map pressure. They send Key on a mission. It's going to be a trade, so 3v3 with the bomb moving towards B.
That's Key's 3rd time finding the first initial kill of the round, 3 in a row. But he does get traded out, so SIUE not lacking in that. Puck looks like they're going to be going for a B hit for the apartment. CH is going to spot this one out. But Puck with the bomb in hand, 0 and 3. Has to work this side very carefully because you know CH is a tough matchup against your 74U. They're going to slow this one down proper. Just buy the time and just slowly checking every corner that they can to get this bomb down in apps.
You already knew that there was pressure in the middle of the map and nobody came guns blazing inside of A, so this had given more than enough time for SIUE Black to rotate over towards B. They're swarming here.
MSR. He's going to go down. CH, they all fall in turn. Madison get absolutely swarmed and gunned proper.
I mean, in that decisivity that starts to really come from. I mean, if the commitment is going to be to the B site, you have to know that on First Blood, it got traded via cutout in Metro. Presence over towards A, that the defensive team is more than likely going to rotate over towards B, whether that's through the gold office window where Rybo was able to find that kill, over by the boulevard window. You will be trapped inside that apartment, that if the bomb doesn't go down and you don't force the advantage in your favor, well, your offense is just going to crumble. Now a 3-round lead for SIUE Black. Another offense. They're looking like an A hit's about to be coming in their way. CH opening shots are going to be good. Not good enough for a kill. They will have to take a minor reprieve, but Burt finds first blood.
First blood, second blood as well. Burt showing up. Key. He's been such a literal key player for this Madison Esports squad in the backline. Burt not going down. They're going to turn around and burn him down. Key, wow, absolutely choking on some kills. MSR last alive now. Had some nice shots onto Burt at the start of this game, but no kills yet. CH is going to spot him. They know where he is, the information. He's down to 18 health. He has to literally post up with this trophy system. Try to defend it. It's tower defense right now, and MSR is that tower. Let's see if he can win this out. But you got 28 seconds. Bomb's not in your favor. Literally, SIUE. They don't have to go for the kill. This is literally just for the stats.
It was that Rybo there at the end, trying to go for a 360 off of a square. Even still, I definitely love the grand gesture of it all. Up on map point here to try to take the series in a lead for 2-0. As SIUE Black, the Cougars of Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. And quite well for themselves. Again, executing on what they're truly looking for. I mean, CH also, how many ARs during gunfight across Metro towards the cutout wall via the gold alley and just trying to hold down the trigger. CH with 28 HP takes a reprieve, joins their teammates, gets a turn and burn for the first blood, and flips the round on its head. Now, Madison Esports, they got to start here with an offensive round. Puck is down bad. They're at 0 and 5. So that's going to be an A hit. But the way that SIUE Black have this defense set up, they can pinch through escalators quite quickly. And Key's actually headed down there.
Very aggressive angle from Rybo. Key getting tagged up. They know they're at the A side. Rybo going to get the first. Drops bomb as well. But Puck, a team kill! So his first 2 kills of the game is on his teammate as well. MSR kind of picking up where Puck kind of lacked. Burt and CH close out. The Cougars take map 2, and not really crazy search and destroy here, but textbook from SIUE. There's nothing really you can say. They are just phenomenal at what they do in search.
Yeah, I mean, the defense coming out from SIUE Black, it was forever evolving, where they were replacing a lot of their members. 3 to start things off, and then they started putting more members Boulevard just in case a B hit did end up coming through. Because you saw towards the end there, I mean, Madison, they really tried to get creative with where they were either setting Key or the bomb in total, whether that was through gold, through trying to find first blood, trying to play for the B site. They're trying to commit towards the A site, sometimes with Key trying to play through the middle of the map in checkers or Metro, whatever you decide to end up calling it, to little to no success at all. And the way that SIUE Black were always looking for the setups, CH was playing through the middle of the map, offensive, defensive like, was able to fish out a lot of good information, was finding trades for their teammates. SMGs were able to find a lot of good entry points as well. And the decisivity coming out from SIUE Black on that search and destroy Moscow was at an all-time high comparatively to Madison.
And you really have to look at this control now. I mean, you said it yourself. Puck down bad in that search and destroy. A player that you will really have to see kind of turn up in this control map. And heading over to this map, this is literally the best chance that you have to pull this back. If you're Madison Esports, this is your best win percentage. You look at the history, you have a chance here. This could be a swing round now proper. Do you think they need it? I mean, they need to build their confidence first off, but what else do they need to do to pull this back?
Well, I mean, at least you're feeling comfortable again coming into control. Like you were already alluding to, you have the better win percentage here. It's 66.6 in onward percentage. And when you're looking at this from Madison's perspective, you are 2-0 on the raid control. You've beaten Uni Purple here 3-1. You've beaten RU Green here 3-0 as well. But you're going to have to just try to take this moment in between the maps, reset yourself, get a drink of water, walk around your room, your dorm, whatever it may be. I don't really care. Just regain yourself for composure. Just sit back down, clear state of mind, play the game. You know that it's going to come down to the middle of the map and rotations. And the only way that that's going to end up happening is if your SMGs are online. Now, it was very lackluster through the opening two maps to be able to see SMGs, be able to create enough room, to be able to cause enough pressure coming out from Madison University that the Badgers just really had no presence of mind. It was just all ARs. But the SMGs, they got to be online here. Offensive, defensive, like raid, punish you if you don't have SMGs just quite literally frolicking through the middle of the map, causing distress, offensive, defensive life, whether it's inside red or kitchen, back basketball courts, back jungle. That's a fine work for an SMG to be able to help ARs get inside those windows in those prime spots to be able to turn the tides of a zone. But on the other side for SIUE red, I mean, or for black rather, if you're a stats person for Madison and you looked at it, you're probably not feeling the best going in towards this map mode combo again. I mean, SIUE red, they are 2-1 here comparatively to the 2-0 from Madison. But the thing about it is, for SIUE, they beat Illini Blue, and I think that really speaks volumes. They lost to DePaul 0-3 on this map mode combo, but to be able to beat Illini Blue in a respawn, and it has to be the starts for a reverse sweep. Yeah, my feet are sweating if I'm Madison Esports, but you just got to come in here and play your game.
Last chance for Madison Esports to keep themselves in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, SIUE, after taking the 100-point club on that hard point and a 6-1 search and destroy over Moscow. Game number 3 is where it lies for Madison Esports to pull this back. And definitely exactly what Proper said. Your feet are going to be sweating for this. I mean, don't sweat too much. A little bit of a break. We had some server issues, so we'll be back with the Bravo stream. Don't go anywhere. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we could not make it back into the lobby, and they had to play it out off stream. So we're here to break it to you proper. Do you want to be the one to let them know?
Yeah, it was a 2-0 lead for Madison Esports is what we're being told. We were getting text play-by-play from one of our observers that were still inside the lobby, not the observer that's linked to the production, of course. Obviously, otherwise we would have casted the match, but it was a reverse sweep inside the control there on raid control for SIUE Black. They were down a significant amount of lives within the closing moments of the last round, and then come back, one convincing gunfight. It's raid control, baby. Anything can end up happening once you win one gunfight. That's how that map typically does end up going. So Madison University, they will go home today defeated 0-3 versus SIUE Black. Will get a leg up as far as the middle of the pack is concerned for their region, and that's in a good spot to be ahead of the first split ending in a few weeks.
Madison's got to be kicking themselves. I mean, that losing 100-point club style to that checkmate, then 6-1 in S&D going to the SIUE Black, and then being up 2-0 in control, your best win percentage in the game mode series. Going up 2-0 and then having that reverse sweep on you. Madison Esports, I mean, you just got to look to it. Just got to grind it down. Come back swinging the next week, like Proper said. But right now, it's going to be the end of the line for Proper and I, as we have up and coming a banger of a match. Illini Blue and Concordia. Cannot wait to see it, but we're going to have to head back to another little break and get set up for this next lineup. A 3-0 to start this off, but hopefully it'll be a little bit closer next time. So stay tuned for some more CCL.